Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Paulybuck, and I sure am glad to have you with me here today. The other day, I asked the question on my channel's community tab is, where do you mainly buy your metals from? And let's go take a look at that now before we get into the rest of the video. So let's head on over. Where do you mainly buy your precious metals from? And I gave a few choices. Online bullion dealers like JM, Provident, etc. Social media sites, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, so on and so forth. In LCS, your local coin shop. Vertical Stackers Trunk, and I see some of you still shopping out of there, and other comment down below. And it looks like the clear winner is from the, how many votes did we get? We got 60 votes out of 500 and just about 50 subscribers. I'd like to see a little bit more participation, but what are you going to do? 60 votes. I was hoping for 50. We got 60. So there we go. And 57% of you choose online bullion dealers. So 57% of you are like me. I do most of my shopping online. And that's kind of what I want this video to be about, is where I'm going, where I mostly stop, and then we can get into some other things like Facebook groups and YouTube channels and TikTok and Instagram, so on and so forth. Okay, so let's start with your online bullion dealers. How many are there? Well, there's a lot. So let me give you a few that I like to use when I'm shopping for silver and gold. Number one, I would have to say, is SD Bullion for me. Right behind that, Monument Metals. Behind that is going to be Silver Gold Bull, is another website that I use. I also use JM Bullion, and I use AppMex. AppMex is more or less for new releases, collector's pieces that I like to put in my stack as far as a collection. And I understand that not everybody uses online dealers. And in my case, it's pretty much what I'm limited to do, unless I want to get into the car and drive an hour and a half, 2 hours to a coin shop and look at their selection. Most generally, they don't have an online what they have in stock. So you have to drive there and look around. Yeah, it's good if you can make that connection with your coin shop dealer, if it's something close and you can make a good friendship, if you will, with them and work out different things. In my case, it's not feasible at this time for me to do. So that gets into your LCS. It shows that not very many of you out of the 60 votes actually go to an LCS. So I would say a lot of you that voted on this are in the same boat that I am, that maybe you're in a state like me that there's no taxes, and it's too far of a drive to go to an LCS, and it's just as easy to pay that little bit extra online and save yourself a few bucks having to get in the car, the headache, what have you, whatever your reason is. But that's my reason, is just the travel time, basically. Gas price out the window, because that goes up and down, just like anything else. And then I threw a joke in there, Vertical Stacker's Trunk. If you don't know Vertical Stacker, I'm going to leave his link down below. Go check out his YouTube channel. A lot of great stuff, a lot of great content. Vert, it was a good joke. I want to come shop out of your trunk. And now let's go into social media. Now, I'm part of a bunch of Facebook groups that you can find some really good deals on. There's I couldn't tell you how many Facebook groups out there that people are buying and selling metals. Now, with that, you've got to ask the questions. You're going to want to ask for references. If all else fails, if it's too good to be true, it's probably a scam. You've got to be careful when you're dealing with groups like that. Now, there are admins and moderators that take good care of some of those groups, but people still sneak in. And whether or not it's you send them the money and they don't send you the medals, it's just kind of like horror stories that you hear within the group. And then you make, just like YouTube, just like Instagram, you make friends within that community that you never even knew existed, and you have personal conversations back and forth, whether it's you get their phone number or it's Facebook chat, Instagram direct message, emails, what have you. So One of the main things when you're dealing with groups like that, and I use Facebook as an example, but let's just throw them all in one group: Facebook, Instagram, Reddit. You got to ask the questions. Do you have any references? Can you show me those references? Can the references speak for you, saying that you've came through with all the deals you've had? That's something you got to do to protect yourself when it comes to buying metals from peer to peer, right? So always protect yourself. Now you can get into places like eBay, right? eBay is just a huge auction site. Buy it now. Anything you want, type it in. eBay's probably going to have it. The thing is with eBay, it's usually marked a little higher than anywhere else because the seller has to pay all these fees. Now, don't get me wrong, they're trying to make a living just like everybody else. eBay's trying to make a living just like everybody else. So that's why most generally on eBay, you're going to see the prices where you see them because people got to pay for all these extra fees. So eBay, I like to shop for specific items and only if I can find them at a price that I think is fair. Now, mind you, just like anything, I don't care if it's a card, if it's a comic book, if it's a coin. Prices come up, prices go down, everything changes. But then you're also going to have the guy who's just sitting on a bunch of it and sick and tired of looking at it. And then boom, there it is for a price that you're looking for. Buy it now. It's happened many, many times to me. It will continue to happen. You just have to be, I guess, in the right place at the right time. Now, let's get into some YouTube auctions.
All right, so YouTube coin auctions. If you've never been, really pay attention if you're going to start checking them out. There's so many that you can choose from. Here's some of mine that I would recommend. Empire Precious Metals, Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. One of the best shows, coin auctions you can find on YouTube. Guido Stackin is going to be another one. He does his on Monday nights starting at 8 p.m. He does auctions, bins, what have you. Go check that one out. On Fridays, I like to catch one, Saka Plata's live auction, jackpots, bin shows, what have you. Great show. Check him out. We can get into Plumber Stacker. Plumber used to have them on Tuesdays and Sundays. I think you'll find them on Saturdays, Sundays. Whenever he decides to have one, he'll have one. Check out the Plumber Stacker. Get into SC Stacker. Now, SC Stacker's been doing them for a little while now. Wednesdays and Sundays, check out SC Stacker. My man, Darth Stacker, he's got his auctions on Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. on his channel. Check Darth out. It's another good place to hang out and chat with folks. Then you can get into the ECP channel. ECP's been just popping up here and there, but typically his are on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Get over there, check out ECP. Oregon Stacker is another auction you can check out. He pops up here and there. Steve looking for silver. Those guys, Oregon, check him out as well.
All right, so those are some of the YouTube auctions that I like to frequent. I can't be at every single one of them every single week. We all have our things to do, but I know I see a lot of you in those chats, and it's always nice to be in those chats and have a few conversations. Um, so that's where I'm gonna leave this one. This was just about where I like to shop, and I got a little bit of feedback from you all for where you like to shop. So if you made it this far, do me a favor, go down below, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you know when I have another video coming out and you get to go and watch it. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you for watching these videos. Thanks, everybody.